it frozen? It's frozen. Huh. Where about this? Huh. At YouTube, it's... Oh, there we go. YouTube cut out. Well, no. YouTube says it's 30 seconds behind. Twitch is like 4 seconds behind. Interesting. Welcome, Earthlings. Greetings. This is Piro, broadcasting live from the water-filled state of Maine, USA, via the stratospheric MCWCAM broadcast platform. It is September 1, 2021. September 1, 2021. Truly a momentous date, for there is a broadcast from the MCWCAM broadcast network. Broadcasting Illusions Exist. That's the name of the show, which it surely is a show. It's not just some guy streaming for free on the internet, if that's what you were thinking. No, nix that from your brain. It's totally a show. So prepared. So prepared. You can't believe the amount of preparation that I am performing. You probably could believe it. Figuratively speaking. No. Alright, well, first things first. This fire, pretty much the same from yesterday from here. On the ground, not so much. But I don't think we're going to see anything different here. So this is still hairy. I noticed that the national news had it, not just Democracy Now! Well, it's really threatening a lot of... Excuse me. See, that's how you can tell this is for reals, right? This isn't some fake broadcast like you're used to. This is from the future. This is from the stratosphere. This is real stuff, like coughs and things. Feel free to speculate. Anyway, this is the fire that's really threatening my cousin. This is Heavenly right here in California, and then he's over here. A lot of valuable real estate around Lake Tahoe. And it's beautiful, and, you know, for a country area because of the tourist attraction, you know, it's got a lot of buildings, and there's casinos on the Nevada side and whatnot. So it's pretty much the same as yesterday according to the maps and the news, which just means that it's fucking scary as hell. People living there. I'm going to go through a few things. The way I'm doing this stream now, you know, is more continuous, continuity. So, I'm kind of a shout out thing. I watch The Majority Report with Sam Seder. It's one of the few things I watch regularly, like every day. Not really every day when I'm busy at work. If I have meetings, which I have the last year, during the noon to 3 time frame, I still try to watch it later, but I might not catch it. But anyway, it's pretty much in the category, let's just say, of a everyday worthwhile podcast I watch on YouTube. I actually do subscribe, not a Patreon, a direct thing to these guys. I listen to Sam Seder and Janine Garofalo on The Majority Report back on Air America, because I was a big Janine Garofalo fan at the time. And Sam Seder grows on you. So anyway, I'm not going to play any of this, but this is today's thing. Shout out, they're trashing Elon Musk. Disclosure, I have some retirement IRA type stock investment in Tesla from a long time ago. Made a lot of money on it so far, but who knows where it's going. Sam's sort of saying it's going to go away soon. Should I sell? But it's not totally trashing Elon Musk. He's achieved something, but as the title says, billionaire marketer. So he's a salesman. Sometimes salesmen sell things that are like, hey, this is sliced bread. So, and he has Tim Higgins there. And because I had meetings when this was playing, I guess it looks like I was a little less than halfway through. Might still listen that through later or not. Did I mention how real it is to go ahem? Very important to convey to the audience what they're experiencing. You're experiencing the following. Otherwise, you might not know what the hell you're experiencing. So we're 12 minutes in and there's nobody here. Freaking viewers. What takes you so long? A lot of people try to trash you for, hey, you have a few viewers. It's like millions of people have watched my videos over the last 10 years. That's, maybe it's billions less than someone that makes a living, but it's millions more than I thought when I was 8 years old. Like, if 40 people show up to me saying something for an hour, that's like, really? I can just go over to the VFW hall and 40 people will show up? Why? It's obviously because these ideas are very important. There's a lot for you to learn in this stream. Because it's a new stream, I'm not going to hide my light under a bushel just because I believe in hiding my power level. That doesn't mean I can't give you the information you need to carry the future into the far future. And that's what I intend to do. You're here for it. By definition, even if nobody is watching this at the moment, by saying you're here for it, obviously the first person to watch this stream would hear me saying they're the ones that are here for it, and I would be correct. Boom, win, guarantee, 100%. So this is a late night dispatch. I've worked today. We had a little family celebration because we got in Lost Kitchen, whatever. First world victories. Yeah, I don't want to get into personal things. I've had a really nice engagement in my business. As you know, I own my own business. I'm a programmer, software engineer, principal engineer, a solution architect. And as you know, that's what I do. So, it's engagement by engagement. Just finishing a 1 year engagement. I had a 2 year engagement before that. That oddly enough, at the end, I thought it was 1 year, and then I looked at my records and was like, 2 years. Gotta get a what? So this 1 year engagement, very, very, very good for me. Wonderful new things that I have been, adjacent to that I've now learned deeper and stuff. So very good, very happy. But it's also, nerve-wracking. I have 1 month more on this engagement, so maybe that's why I started streaming. Maybe I'm trying to cope. Not really. I've been thinking about this for a while. Partly related though. It's really hard to get work, any kind of work, contracting, permanent, so-called permanent long-term employee, in the November, December timeframe. So it's really, anyway, how did I get into this? There's a lot of demand. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. So I wanted to do a shout out because I'm trying to make a show. This is a show, obviously, right? You can tell this is, it's broadcasting on the internet. It's not like I'm just making a CB call out or a shortwave radio hang tag. Obviously not. This is a very organized show. Intended to be very serious and worth everybody's time. So, as part of that, I've learned, shout outs, right? That's a thing, right, kids? So, Majority Report. Today's show was Elon Musk, billionaire marketer, and you could see I've gotten a little less than halfway through. But it was good. It's always good. He's smart. Okay, what's next? Well, this caught my attention. I wake up and I take a long shower with misting and stuff. As a matter of fact, my floor was rotting out. I had to kind of redo my shower, by which I don't mean I did it, but I had some people do it. Now it's 3 shower heads. It's great. I don't want to flex or anything. I love the shower, and I now have a great shower. But there's also problems. Gotta watch out for the leaks and as things settle and stuff. So definitely not a flex because, it's so many problems. But the thing is, you got the waterproof phones now, and then we put them in an otter case. And so I just, in the morning, I have to get up at 7 because I got meetings at 8:30 or 9, which is fucking ridiculously crack it on. But to deal with other people, I need like an hour and a half. So I get up like 7:30, and then I take a long shower, and I watch the iPhone in there, and I get a little news. So that sort of fucks me up for the first couple hours of the day because you're like, things the news said, which is usually bullshit. There's like a lot more important things than what the news said. But, I'm still like, news said. So this is one of them. Fucking McCarthy threatens the tech and telecom firms, and I did read the articles on this, not just the headline, but we're going to stick with the headline because it's accurate. He threatens anybody, the firms that comply with a congressional subpoena. Guess what? Congress has the power to do a real subpoena, which means they can demand information and you have to give it to them. That's the whole story. So, what do you think McCarthy, what's he so worried about? Why would a guilty guy be worried when you look into the crimes he's committed? It doesn't make sense. I mean, if he's totally innocent, of course he would want this. I mean, if he's guilty, of course he wouldn't want us to look into this. So what explains him not wanting us to look into it? I don't know, but when you look this guilty, you're either guilty or you want to be guilty. So, yeah, that caught my eye. But I admit, it's because it was playing on the little tiny iPhone TV in the shower. So, with the mister and the rain shower head and whatnot. Okay, moving on. Walter Matheson. This guy's funny. Now, I thought we would watch a little bit of this. And I think this is good. This is one of the first things. So let's just watch this. It's just a few minutes.
I'm 15 years old and the child of immigrants turned U.S. citizen. There is a sort of pride that one must have to abandon everything that they know, both their families, to come to a nation and start afresh. My mother gave me an opportunity. And that opportunity is not the same to other children. There's struggles that I have to go through. I have to change my vernacular daily to make sure that I am heard. I have to make sure that if I'm the only black person in the room, I have to be respectful. Obviously I have to be respectful, but I have to be everything and more than my own counterpart. You can't not see color. Color is who I am. Color is what makes people look at me and be intimidated. And to make them more comfortable, I know I'm probably getting on time.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Just to make students comfortable, we need to see ourselves in our teachers. We need to see ourselves that we can be empowered too.
With regard to the second clarification, will the state document result in this anti-American perspective in our schools? That will not be the case. We live in a great country. We live in the greatest country. That will not be the case as a result of the work in our task force. I just want to clarify that.
I would just like to say something. I said to a friend, a very smart friend, who said this thing about, we live in the greatest country. Like, you always got to say that. Hey, it's the great. Look, if somebody was a really, really cool dude and they played guitar and painted and had the coolest girlfriends and in every way was successful at business and they all owed it to themselves, you thought that. You were like, wow. And they said, hey, I got my flaws, but I'm the greatest person ever. I've done more great things for the world than ever. You would think they were lame. That does not show confidence going, well, we have our faults, but we're the greatest ever. That does not convey that you honestly deep down think you're the best ever. Confidence isn't like that. Like, oh, but by the way, just to make sure everybody knows, we're the greatest ever. That's not... The greatest ever person doesn't say that. I'm the greatest ever. I got my faults, but I'm the greatest ever. Right? If the United States is the greatest ever, then you just go, hey man, we're okay. And you just be chill about it. What the fuck? This boasting and bullshit, that's what some people really think. That's lame. That lacks confidence. That shows severe self-esteem issues. But anyway, let's just continue. Okay, maybe too big of a break. Okay, fine. Understand. Got this producer in my ear.
And then there have been questions that have come to me that will the work in the state's document be an anti-police rhetoric? That's not where our focus is. That will not be the case here.
Council, where you, superintendent, meet with your students and make sure that you're hearing their voices clearly.
Thank
you.
Thank you. Walter Masterson.
My name is Walter Masterson, and I am an American and a patriot. I've never read critical race theory, like most of my conservative friends, but I did watch Tucker Carlson talk about it once. The best way to end racism is to stop talking about it. We never talked about racism in the 1950s, and how great for the 1950s. We won World War II, we invented airplanes, we went to the moon, and then we started talking about racism in the 60s, and boom, the Vietnam War. Coincidence? I think not.
Oh my God.
Just because I don't believe in critical race theory, does that make me a racist? Just because I get more angry when someone calls me a racist and I'm completely silent when there's actual racism, does that make me a racist? A lot of people say yes. I get called a racist a lot in the comment section of Instagram. Does anyone know how to disable comments for Instagram? Whatever happened to freedom of speech, So, I'm here to say, we need to end forced indoctrination in our schools. And right after we do that, right after we end the forced indoctrination, we need to mandate that everyone stands for the Pledge of Allegiance every day.
Please address your comments to the board, not to the audience.
So, that's, I just want to say, as a conservative, just because I don't know anything about critical race theory, it doesn't mean I can't talk about critical race theory. Come on. I don't know, whatever happened to, this freedom of speech thing here. It's It's big tech, government.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your time's up.
No.
Maximilian, just before we start, speakers are to address the board, not the audience. Thank you.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the comments that we just got. I feel like it's been very one-sided here. I also appreciate the comments that we had about how the school district will not teach critical race theory, and I appreciate that. But I want to go further. People have complained about what's in the history books. I agree. I think that there's too much history in these history books. I read in just a textbook that everyone gets for the U.S. history exam that John Rutledge of South Carolina during the signing of the Declaration of Independence was like, you can't have a revolution unless you codify slavery as part of America. And how does a student hear that, or hear about how in 1820 the South was going to succeed unless you kept slavery around, or 1850 they're going to secede unless you kept slavery around, and then something 1860s, and then Chinese Exclusion Act. Japanese internment camps, Trail of Tears. The stuff that's in the book right now, even without an editorializing teacher to tell us that America is bad, how are students supposed to read this stuff and not think that we have a race problem in this country? We need to go back to teaching the basics. George Washington, but not the slavery part, World War II, but not the Japanese internment camps or the fact that the American Nazi Party, and the I have a dream speech. We should teach MLK, but just that part, not the part where the FBI ruins his life. Listen, do I want history curriculum being built by a bunch of PhDs? PhDs are famously liberal. We need equity in our voices. If the uninformed, conservative voices of this country cannot use hate speech and fear-mongering to affect school curriculums, then why am I paying $15 a month to Trump's re-election campaign? So, fairness in our viewpoints, teach people to love America, not hate America, by not teaching them about America. Thank you.
Brilliant.
I think your speech was amazing.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, me
Well,
too.
I just feel like there's too much history going on in our history
Yeah,
books right now.
too many histories.
How are you supposed to love America if you know literally anything?
Yeah, how can you?
American history
Not
books,
fair.
when you open them up, should just be an American flag
Yeah.
for 150 pages.
Dude, stop teaching people about America.
No. Mount Rushmore.
Just teach them about Mount Rushmore.
But don't
Well,
teach
not
them
everything
anything
about Mount Rushmore. Yeah, just
Show them a picture, but don't give them
just the picture.
I just wanted to thank you personally for adding a little levity to the proceedings.
Thank you. You're welcome. Progressives, so apparently progressives in the audience, it took them about 10 seconds to realize I was doing satire. and then you're saying that there's a whole group of conservatives that thought I was real, that like they didn't catch on that I was doing satire.
Apparent conservative.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't realize you were satire.
Everybody's time. Whose time did we waste?
So that was great, right? So that's Walter Matheson. They're like the new Yes Men. This was good too. Should we watch this? It's only 2.5 minutes, and there's nobody here anyway, so what the hell?
A lot of these liberals don't get is that we need to get rid of these corporations and these law enforcement agencies if we want to stop the socialist agenda.
Exactly. I don't know if socialist is the exact word that I would use. I would call it communist agenda.
Communist agenda. Yeah.
I reside in communist
I said socialist.
Illinois. I don't know why you're calling it socialism.
Life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. So when they violate any one of those, or any others for that matter, we have the right to alter or abolish that government.
We got to get rid of a lot of these corporations in order to stop the socialist agenda.
Exactly.
We seize the means of production. We collectivize. We come together.
We do it at the county level, and we squeeze the local government, lock down the treasury, taking over by the people, for the people, of the people.
You have these private
This is so
companies
hysterical.
in the United States, and they're sort
I
of
think
furthering
he's
the
getting
socialist
it.
agenda.
And that is true.
If you
Doing
go
the
back in
amazing
history
part here.
and you read books, this is the playbook for communism coming into our country.
Look at
We
the
need to
comfort of
get
these.
rid of
Like, I would
the,
like
you know,
this
big
couple
pharma
of boomers
companies,
here. I would
the
hang out with
corporations,
them,
the big
probably.
banks.
Not
in
that I
order to
smoke
stop
pot,
the
but
communist
smoke
agenda.
some pot with
You know what?
them
Yes.
and be
We
like,
need
oh, here,
to
play
all
some
get
guitar. He
together.
plays the
Workers need to
guitar,
collectivize,
plays a little
you
Joan
know, seize the
Baez.
means of production and tell them, you know, we're not doing this anymore.
Right. We're gonna shut down the country ourselves.
The workers of this country need to
And they're
get
responding
together, go on a
entirely to
general
these
strike
feels.
in
Right,
order
he
to
presents
stop
these feels, and
the
they're like,
socialist
yeah, that's
communist
right,
agenda.
That's right.
Workers of the world
Nothing
unite.
about the
Okay, strike.
logical construct
and,
of what he
you know,
says.
stop the communist
Workers
agenda.
of the world
Basically.
unite.
Basically, that's
Strike
what
and stop the communist
support it
agenda.
anymore.
Except
We
for
need
that
to get
is.
rid of these law enforcement agencies if we want to stop the socialist
This
agenda.
guy
If
catches
they're
on
de
a little bit.
facto, yes, absolutely.
Of
which
course,
they all
yeah,
are. No, not
absolutely. But
defunding
wait,
the
no,
police,
no, not
converting the
defunding
police
them. Not the
to
word
be peace
defund.
officers.
We're not going to
We wanna
abolish the police.
convert
We're going to convert the police
Convert
to
them.
peace
Them
officers.
and train them to, to respect the
Come on,
Constitution.
this is
only the
great. You guys
Constitution,
can't not love
and
it.
then not the corporation, because they're all obligated and beholden to the corporation.
If you look historically, the people that disseminated Karl Marx's original literature
Right.
were the big banks.
Sure, yeah, the Communist Manifesto is in full play right here, right
No one
now.
even heard about it until the big
yeah.
banks
Till
got
the big
involved
banks,
and
they
sort of
were
pushed that
pushing
out.
it.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So I love that guy, Walter Masterson, and he's got his partner in crime there. There's a lot of good ones. He does a Jordan. No, who's that guy? Jordan Klepper kind of thing. That Jordan Klepper, actually, also very high quality, in spite of being mainstream. What the heck is? Oh yeah, want to watch this. So, this is from the cult headquarters, just a random cultist. But look, this guy is so keen, right? That's what I'd call him, Clut Keen. Clean cut. But wants to be a revolutionary. So it's very boomer, but he's probably my age, 50-something. But I don't know. Let's just hear what this guy says.
At a protest in Santa Monica, California, anti-mask...
Because I'm monitoring through various secondary means, you know, what's going on in Parler and these kind of guys. And I monitor on YouTube when I can, but, you know, they kicked Stefan Molyneux off YouTube and stuff, so it gets harder. So there's these secondary mechanisms by which to follow these kind of people, but I find it surprising, so I'll just listen to this one.
Activist Jason Lefkowitz says he has the home addresses of every member of the city council
Oh yeah,
and
I'm
plans
sorry.
to visit them at home.
I meant to mention, this guy's the host. He's going to show the actual clip. This guy is complaining about the guy that's recorded in the street, just to be clear.
Bring their guns and start a civil war.
List of all the council people's homes that are voting on the vaccine mandate. Thank you. Okay? Whoever votes yes, we're coming to your door. We're coming to your home. You want to feel intimidated? You want to intimidate us? We're coming to you now. We're coming to you. This is no WWE bullshit satire. This is real life. We're messing with children, and I don't fucking stand for that shit. You're on this list. You're gonna see our faces for a week until you do the right thing. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Fucking better. That's going on Monday, right? I guess it's Monday, so Monday's the first vote. If it's unanimous, we lost. But I do believe there's council people that do have a conscience and a soul, and they're gonna vote no, which then gives us 1 week, and then it's just a majority. It's just a majority. It could be 8-7, and we lose everything. So we have to make sure we change at least 2, 3, 4, 5 votes. It'd be nice if it was you.
Okay, so I don't want to go on and on. That's just the guy in the street. But there's been a lot of this stuff on Parler and Telegram and these kind of places that is increasingly violent. And I think it's a lot of blowhards, but I also figure that for every, every blowhard that's maybe my age and isn't going to really follow up, there's a nephew and a young cousin that looks up to that person and is trying to make, a man reputation of themselves. I want to play that song from the Jungle Book, but I just know I'll get a copyright strike. Wanna be a man cub. So, didn't I already have this? Anyway, this is Walter Masterson's. He actually interviewed that guy. All right, we're getting towards the end of the stream tonight. No, Dynacat loves you. This is not a comedy stream. There happened to be a comedy guy. He's doing very intellectual work there. It's not comedy, and we're going to end it up with not comedy, not all misery and sadness either. I have prepared this. You could see through the tab titles where we're going, because we're just going through these tabs, basically. This is a video I decided to watch. A person, I watched this show after Prison Show. It turns out to kind of been a fake and a con, but I found it by trying to find people on street. I found people that were living off grid years and years ago, and I think those are some of the best experiences that the advent of mobile access could do, or many of the viewers on YouTube know. Oh wait, I could put myself back on. No, many examples. Of people living off grid. I watched the Jamie Mansell, it's hard to even think because you hardly even notice sometimes if they're just in the regular discussion community, necessarily being fully off grid or partially off grid or whatever. I myself am in the country. You would have to be in the city to have this kind of interaction with this many people. We do it online, most of us actually, urban populations getting to be around 50 or so most places, if not more, hovering around there. So half of us. So this is a guy I've subbed to that talks to homeless people. I have not watched this video, unlike the other videos I've shown today, because I thought we would watch it together. I just saw that Invisible People had a new video up. Doesn't put up a lot of videos, or at least I don't notice them. Could be, you know, the number of subs going, I missed some. But I noticed this one, and I just queued it up.
Ramses, you're homeless in Venice. Tell me about it.
Oh, I just heard a lot of people are coming to Venice to live out here. I've met a lot of people from all over the world and obviously all over the country. They're just saying they're coming out here because they're disconnecting from reality and the day-to-day lives, and they just want to feel free for some time.
I wonder how old he is.
There's a bohemian lifestyle that attracts people.
I'm a bohemian.
Yeah, it's
I consider myself bohemian.
I mean, it's the beach, and a lot of friendly people out here. Obviously, there's negative things that happen as well, but I think the positives outweigh the negatives a lot of times.
So now you were telling me you were first homeless at 14.
Oh yeah, I ran away when I was like 14 and stayed with some friends. Made a rock band. I was there for like 3 years. I've just been traveling since then, moving around.
Now, what was your childhood like?
Oh, my childhood. Well, I guess you could say a little violent. But you know, it's a lot of people go through it.
So, at a young age, your family life was a lot of violence?
Yeah.
Is that why you ran away?
No, well, I wanted to run away when I was 7, but I was too young, so I had to stay. But
I know people that have left their home environment younger, at that age or younger.
Yeah.
Because of, you know, it just, they felt the streets were safer.
Yeah, I mean, they can be sometimes.
The host of this channel.
Yeah, a lot of people are gonna become homeless in the next couple of months, and you know, like 70% of people in LA, they pay more than 30% of their income on rent, and it's like, even if we house everyone here,
25's the max.
If the rents are still
Even
high,
that's
people are
too
gonna
high. It should
become
be like 15,
keep on becoming
10.
homeless.
And it should
There's
be more. People should
a
be
perfect
owning,
storm of homelessness that's
lease
coming.
owning
Oh yeah,
their places.
all over the world.
They're very, very
Yeah.
So how are you surviving?
This guy's pretty.
Well, just the kindness of people. Sometimes they ask me, "Well, how do you survive without money?" And I just tell people there's a thing called sharing and being human. People are, whoa.
Nice idea.
Like I never think about it. Like,
Well, that's also what's attractive to Venice, because you have more of that, you know, free spirit, love, let's share.
yeah.
When I was a kid, my hippie parent took me more than once, but to rainbow gatherings. And I remember being a little kid, like 6 or 7, the first one, and we hiked way in there, and then there's this big city of people just in the woods with their little city and stuff. And I remember there was a fruit stand, and they had all of these grapefruits, and they were just for free. Like, you just take one. I remember my dad and stepmom going, yeah, you can just take one. I'm like, what? And I just took one, and I just remember I couldn't believe it that you would just get a grapefruit for free. It was a truly great experience. Now, I could tell you other things about rainbow gatherings, ones I went to later, and they'd have their problems, but there was still actually a positive thing. But of course, everything has its problems. Nothing's black and white. So the plus and minuses are both interesting. And sometimes the pluses could be like, was it worth the minus? And you might say no, but you can still learn from those pluses, right? You could try to apply and achieve those pluses in a different system without the minuses, or just address the minuses. Just do something to mitigate the minuses.
Yeah, it's a lot more laid back here. Like, I meet people from New York and they say people are very serious over there and cold or whatever, and here it's like they're more laid back, and I don't know, maybe it's the weather.
Chill people are the
Well, I think it's the sunshine.
reason.
Yeah, the sunshine.
So in New York, it's raining most of the time, so I might as well stay in and work. And here it's sunshine, so let's go skate, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think that's what's going on.
How old are you now?
23.
23, I was
Still
curious.
very young.
Yeah.
What's your future like?
Future, I don't know. I think plans change every second, so right now the goal is to just help contribute to the awakening and just try to have solidarity with people and spread the love, I guess. That's it.
Do you see yourself homeless in 5 years?
5 years? Hopefully not. Hopefully the world is very different in 5 years.
You're believing for the best.
Yeah, I still have a little bit of faith.
It's funny, this 5 years thing, because I've been watching a lot of, for some reason I was really, what's the word, craving this song.
It's too dark in here. I need to get out.
Just take it. Not that.
Eminem's Mix.
This one, yeah. I can't play very long or I'll get a copyright, which I don't really care about, right? As long as they don't take my thing down, they probably wouldn't for this. But anyway, who knows this song?
Pushing through the market square, so many mothers crying. News had just come over. We had 5 years left to sighing.
That's all we got!
Fantastic song. So, I like the poetic resonance of 5 years.
Young people, our generation, that's what keeps me alive. If I didn't believe it, I'd probably already be dead.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
3 wishes. I just have one, I would say we need to have more solidarity. That's it.
What do you mean by solidarity?
Yeah, we just need to treat each other with respect and as equals, you know.
I say it like this: everybody deserves respect, dignity, and grace, which is basically love.
Yeah, that's all we need, like the Beatles said.
Well, thank you very much for talking to me.
Yeah, no problem.
And thanks for saying hello. So you walked up and said, "Hey, I like your YouTube channel."
Yeah, it's really it's a great thing you're doing. Getting people's story and message across. You know, it's not a lot of people do that. A lot of, like, the news, they come out here and they just record.
And And then there's a lot of YouTubers that are trying to make money, and you know.
We got the German guy somewhere over there.
Yeah, this is your story with no ads. And if you ever want it removed, I remove it. It's your story.
Thank you.
Nice talking to you. Honor to meet you.
Likewise.
I'm almost done. Well, that was good. I really like that. That was good. I like that as a... No, I'm talking about the thing. I have a great whiff. Now, why would we watch this? I don't know.
From 438
this is another
miles
one
above
I
Earth's
started
surface,
putting in
the
videos
newest
I hadn't
Landsat
watched.
satellite will collect data so detailed it can detect both
Landsat.
natural and human-caused changes
I
to the
think
landscape.
this is cool. Look at taking pictures
But
of
what
the
really
land.
makes Landsat unique is the
I've worked
half-century
with
of data,
from
an
satellites
unbroken
like
chain
this.
of observations over
Chain,
5
chain.
decades.
Ooh,
Let's take a look at how we got here. 1966.
Okay, let's
the
speed it
U.S.
up.
Geological Survey proposes
We
a
don't really
satellite to
wanna
study
watch
Earth's
this,
land masses.
but I kinda
But what would that look like? Over the next few years, USGS and NASA researched their options. 1972. NASA gets the green light to build an Earth Resources Technology satellite, an experiment to study.
Yeah, it's taking too long. Okay, I want to finish up with a wholesome meme. This is the one I chose. Wouldn't that make you my friend? Oh, man. Wholesome memes. Peak internet. I guarantee you will agree. Oh, that's this again? Look at this great look. Punk rock, man.
And waving and looking so fine. Don't think you knew you were in my song.
No.
It was cold.
Yeah, you gotta love that guy, right? R.I.P., right? Oh, and this, I forget who recommended this, but Minnesota Experience, like this is Minnesota Public Radio. I was told this is a good documentary. I forget who, someone I trust. So I'm going to watch this. And I was thinking we could watch this on stream. I think it's public radio. They'll probably not copyright strike me for doing it, right? Jim Crow of the North. So I'm saving that. All right, you guys. Farewell. I streamed again today, and it's even in the hours that officially count as today. So as we know, oh, I forgot to open Discord. It says loading, which I don't really care, but I did mean I was gonna load that and then type things in my broadcast. This little loading thing that says there. If I open Discord, what would happen is when you go to the Illusions Exist Discord and type things in the broadcast-text channel, they show up right on the stream, and I have to watch out because you're probably going to troll me. And so I'll have to pay attention. That'll be the exciting part, because even if you don't troll me, you'll know I have to watch. So you'll know I'm paying attention, which is what's so important to you and all of us. Actually, let me test this before I go away. I'd say, goodbye, good people. Oh, it still says loading. Goodbye, good people. Type that. Why is it loading forever? I open that. Let's see. What if I... Oop. Okay, Discord chat. Refresh. Oh, there we go. See? Goodbye, good people. I can text chat my own stream balls. See? Anybody could type that in there. Object. Why does it say object? It's like a little bug there, Mr. Plugin. That's on the plugin. And over here it says something too. Something about who's in there. I don't know. I could use help on connecting things because it's like it's not really my main focus of the situation. Alright, thanks for people being in the YouTube chat. Don't forget the Twitch thing. I'm not really going to be very good at like promoting this or anything, so the more you can help, the better. I'm going to try to do my part of streaming. I just want to be in the conversation, you guys, and it needs to be continual, no matter how bullshit some of the people try to make it, and attacking and stopping and retarding the communication. None of you here. Yeah, nice to see you, Nadia. Alright. See you guys later. Guys, gals, all of the above, under the above, and especially my part of the rainbow, you know, basically the Q part, which is like it's the miscellaneous of, we're all normal people. Have 2.4 children. 0.4 of a children? That does not sound okay. Should have a whole child, yes or no, 2 or 3. So, nothing against normies, it's just that they don't really exist. There's just non-normie people that think they're normie, and that should get over that. I'm getting too judgmental. It's obviously time to stop the stream. Alright, how long was it? Oh, an hour. That's what I was thinking would be a good amount. Also 15 minutes or a half hour. But an hour is pretty good, 56 minutes and 33 seconds being close enough.